"I was just obeying orders," he said, after many people got killed. "I was just doing what I was told." Now, we've all heard that old chestnut, and that's what they call the Nuremberg defence. We're on David McBride today, who's in prison in Canberra. On the 14th of May 2024, the former Australian military lawyer David McBride was sentenced to 5 years and 8 months in prison, with a non-parole period of 2 years and 3 months for leaking classified defence documents to the media.
Former military lawyer David McBride has been sentenced to 5 years and 8 months jail in the ACT Supreme Court for sharing classified military documents with journalists.
If you're watching this, I'm in prison. Again, all I can do is thank the supporters. I'm not going to complain. I went into this with my eyes open. I always said I would go to prison with my head held up high, and it may be that I need to go to prison in order to fix this country.
Now, he admits, David, that he has broken the law, and he says that he did it for higher reasons. The brutal reality is that he, the whistleblower who wanted to see change in the defence legal scene, is in prison for 5 years, for more than 5 years, while Australians who actually did murder people in Afghanistan, who did commit war crimes, roam free. So now David is seeking leave to appeal to the High Court, the highest court in the land, and this is going to be dynamite, assuming that the court affords him leave to appeal. And the reason it will be because if this case is heard, and it will have international repercussions, it goes to the Nuremberg defence. It goes to, are we just expected to obey orders no matter the cover-up or the crime? Since the Nuremberg trials and the aftermath of World War II, with all the Nazis on trial, it's been a central tenet of Western civilization and law that people have a duty, not just to their military oath, but to the world, to do the right thing if they see a crime occurring. If their superior officer instructs them to participate in genocide, for instance, or any other atrocity, they are duty-bound, according to the Nuremberg principle, to countervail that order, to not obey orders to kill people. The Nuremberg defence describes the principle that we cannot say when participating in a crime that we were just obeying orders. Now, reporter Stephanie Tran for MWM here, she went down to interview David McBride, and this was not an easy thing to do. It took 1.5 months just to get approval, and there was approvals, there were false dawns, and then, sorry, we can't come on that day, and sort of thing. And then when she gets there, no, you can't take a laptop or a phone in. It was not easy, but in the end, she got the job done, and here is David in his own words.
Well, I'm here in prison, and I've just done a great interview with Steph Tran, so hopefully you will see an article on Michael West. The message I have to everybody out there is thank you so much for your support. We're doing this as a team. We have already won this. People will come after us, people will come after them. But just for Australians to see someone standing up for what is right and a lot of other Australians supporting that person is powerful. And we will continue to show the government that there are people in Australia that care about Australian values, that are not prepared to back down just out of a bit of a fear from the government. And there's a lot of us. I get so many letters to say, thank you, David, and whatever. I'm so proud to be an Australian today. It's not about me. It's not about my team. It's about Australia tomorrow and in 100 years' time, and the sort of country we want our children and grandchildren to inherit. And we need to fight for it. And thank you to all those people who've already done that. And as I said, we've already won.
So after key evidence was excluded from David McBride's case on national security grounds under the Public Interest Immunity, McBride was forced to plead guilty to 3 offences under the Criminal Code Act 1995 and the Defence Act 1903 for the taking of an unauthorised communication of information that demonstrated systemic wrongdoing and war crimes committed by Australian Special Forces in Afghanistan. Now, he's taken all this in good stead. He's been resigned to his fate and admitted that he broke the law. But jail for the whistleblower is an intolerable irony given the failure of authorities in Australia to investigate properly and to prosecute those actually involved in murder and the ultimate human crime, the taking of another person's life. Instead, many of the higher-ups in the Army chain of command, which is meant to be a thing, they're meant to take responsibility because that's what being an Army officer is. Well, many have gone on to higher offices and higher vocations as David McBride languishes in jail.